So here we are, guys. We're finally here. It is one day until the Bitcoin private coin is forked from Zed Classic and Bitcoin. So I want to talk about it in this video. I've got a stake in this. I've been mining to the Zed Classic fund, and I've also bought some coins from on Bittrex. I bought some Zed Classic coins on Bittrex. So I want to talk about the fork itself and talk about what's been going on over the last day, because it's been pretty crazy. So I thought I'd just talk about that. So if I jump over to my browser, this is the Bitcoin private website, btcprivate.org. Please do check this if you're unsure about anything. You will find the information here somewhere. It is in the website. So you can see here, whilst I'm recording this, 1 hour, 1 day and 3 hours to go. So it's going to happen 5 p.m. UK time. So it's quite lucky for me. It's easy to see the time. So this is how Bitcoin Private has been formed, and I'm sure anyone watching this knows about this already. So I want to talk about the mining fund. I'll talk about mining fund. I've been mining to the donation pool, and I've noticed over the last, maybe like 12 hours or so, there's a lot of people throwing, I assume, nice hash power at the donation pool. The downside to that is that it's been a little bit quieter in the donation pool the last few days, which means a better multiplier for us that stayed in it. But that multiplier will go down, not substantially, but I've seen this this total figure rise from, I think it was like 48 last time I checked last night. It's up to 52. You can see here the total pool hash rate here, 58.61. That's nearly half the network, the total network of Zed Classic being mined. So there's some people clearly try to throw some money at it at the end to get their multiplier. I mean, I'm just guessing at this point, but I assume that most of us who mine to the fund will still get a multiplier of at least 2 or around 2, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more, but around that. I'm just guessing at this point, but I assume it will be about 2. I think if it goes up to 30,000, it's still about 2. Now, here is the important thing to note. The ability to mine on the pool is 2 AM Eastern time. Now, firstly, I will say that it's a little bit silly that they're not in sync, because they've done this here. They've done the fork time and date. They've got the time of UTC, 5 p.m. UTC, and that's UK time right now, universal time. But for some reason the mining is on Eastern time. I don't know why they didn't just keep it consistent. Anyway, so they're saying 2 AM Eastern time. I believe that's about 7 AM or 8 AM UK time, around that. I'd have to check. So what that means for me in the UK means that, well, I need to either get up in the morning and stop mining to the fund, but more than likely, if I'm up tonight about 1 o'clock in the morning or something, I'll just stop mining to the fund early and start mining something else. Just make sure you don't mine to the fund, to the donation fund after this time, because what it means is you won't get anything for it and you're wasting your electricity. Don't lose money. So pay attention to that. Find out the time, whatever this time is, 2 AM Eastern time, whatever it is in your region. Find out that time, make a note of it, and if it's in the middle of the night, sorry, stop mining before that. And if it's in the morning and you think you won't be up, stop mining just before you go to bed. That's the way I would do it. So what do we know so far? Well, we know that the price has been going up and down like crazy over the last day or so, and if you look at the Discord group, if you look at Twitter, you can see there's a lot of people angry. Now, I've been trying to take a step back from this and trying to understand where all this anger is coming from. At this time, as I record this video, Trade Satoshi will support the fork, and it's the only one that will support the fork. Post fork, you will be able to sell and trade BTCP, Bitcoin Private, at HIT BTC. Now that's quite a significant one, because it's got a lot of volume apparently. It's around a similar volume to Bittrex. In fact, it might even be one higher volume wise. So you will be able to sell Bitcoin Private there post fork, but Trade Satoshi appears to be the only one that's supporting it pre-fork, which means that if you keep your Zed Classic at Trade Satoshi and you sign up for an account and you keep your Zed Classic there, it means that you can claim your Bitcoin Private coins from there. The benefit of doing that is that after the fork, after the snapshot has been taken, this time here, this time and date, you can just quickly sell your Zed Classic and hopefully you'll get a little bit more money for it. I talked about this in my last video where I think the price of Zed Classic will tumble tremendously after the snapshot. Now, as far as when you can trade, you can send your Z Classic from your wallet, or trade it on Trade Satoshi or somewhere else, Bittrex, whatever. Rhett said that, I think he said it in the Reddit EMA yesterday. He said that he will send out a tweet or something telling people, okay, the snapshot is taken. You can now do what you want with Z Classic. You can sell it, send it to another wallet, trade it, do what you want. So pay attention to Rhett's Twitter and to the Bitcoin private Twitter, and just pay attention to that, and maybe even just hang out in the Discord group at this time, which it'll be crazy at this time. It will be madness. It'll be so many people talking. It'll be hard to digest the information, but you want to be at your computer at this time if you want to sell Z Classic. So it could be 5 minutes, it could be 10 minutes, but whenever he sends a tweet, you could maybe do it before that, but you're risking not being able, maybe sending your Z Classic before the snapshot is finished, and that's risky. So my advice is to wait for the official tweet and then send it. Maybe that loses you a little bit of money doing that, but it is the safest way to do it. So that's if you want to sell your Z Classic. I'm not too I'm not too bothered about that. I'm not caring about it, because I think it's going to tank. I think there's going to be so many people selling, it will be madness. And to be honest, Trade Satoshi yesterday went offline, and they had issues. So I think they've supported this fork because they want more volume. They want, they want to bring in more customers. So fair play to them. But I don't know if they've got the infrastructure to handle the number of people that want to sell there. I really don't. So personally, what I've done, I've sent it to my Electrum wallet, and it's up to you guys. I'm not trying to influence what you do, but I did read some people saying with Trade Satoshi, with the Litecoin Cash, I think it was a fork, people weren't getting the Litecoin Cash coins until 5 days later. Whether that's an issue for you and you just want to sell your Z Classic, whatever, fine. But it just shows you that you might not get it as soon as you think. But the wallet I'm using is the one here, Electrum ZCL. In fact, I think I've got the older version 1.03, but I didn't want to mess about with an update beforehand, so I've just left it. So you can also I think this one also supports it as well. Coinomy, I think, also supports the fork, but I don't know when you get your coins with this. It should be okay. They have said that it is supported with this somewhere. They have said it somewhere on their Twitter or something. They've said that Coinomy is supported. So if you've got this app on your Android phone or tablet, you should be okay if your Z Classic is there. But please do look into that. I've went the safe route, guys. I've went the safe route, and I've thought, stick with the official wallet, and then nothing can go wrong. So that's the kind of mining side of it and getting rid of Z Classic side of it. So what's happening right now? What's happening right now as far as price? Well, it's all go. It's all go. I was watching this last night, and I was on the Discord group maybe from like 8 o'clock UK time up to like 1 AM UK time. And I stayed online because I followed the EMA and the Reddit EMA, and I watched the price going up and down. Now Z Classic is trading at huge volumes on Bittrex, and this is where I was watching the price going up here. Like, I'll be the first to admit, guys, I was watching this and I was looking at buy orders and sell orders, and I don't know enough yet to, with confidence, know when to buy and sell, because there's a lot of people, everyone says that they sold at the all-time high and they bought the dip. But I don't think that's always the case. But, looking at these graphs, it does show you that anything can go, and you need a little bit of luck sometimes, because sometimes it goes the opposite way. When they announced the support for HIT BTC, I thought it would go up, but it's actually been down. And this just goes to show that, this whole thing is based upon confidence and what people believe is happening. But I think here's the way that I look at it. I'll just kind of summarize my thoughts on it. I was hanging out the Discord groups, and there is a lot of FUD, fear, uncertainty, doubt. Some of it justified, I guess, but I think there's a lot of people making huge assumptions. They keep saying if they haven't said anything, then it means that they don't have support. In the EMA, Rhett did, it might have been Crypto Jake, said that he said that they're only allowed to say that they've got support for 2 exchanges, Trade Satoshi and post fork HIT BTC. But they did say they can confirm at this point they haven't been declined from any exchange. So that means that the Binance, Bittrex, and all these other exchanges, all these applications are still ongoing. Now, many people took this the wrong way, and they took it that, okay, well, they've not got Bittrex support for the fork, so this is why the prices went down, and it's been down a significant amount. I mean, from yesterday, I think it was at point, what was it, 0.12 Bitcoin, and it's been down to 0.07. So the Satoshi values went right down significantly. There was a point where, you know, the Bitcoin was going up in value, and, you know, Bitcoin, the dollar price was still going down. That's how much it was going down. Now, there's a lot of reasons for this. I think, firstly, there's a lot of whales trading. I was talking to someone in the group, and they said that they were buying and selling, and they managed to get 12 additional Z Classic simply by buying at the dip and then selling later on, and then buying and buying. As I said, I'm not experienced in that, and it's not something I really need to put money aside to lose and learn the hard way what to do and what not to do, because it's not an exact science. But I think there's a lot of people that were panicking because of the exchanges. So a lot of people are panicking about the exchanges, which leads to fear, which leads to people wanting to sell. Now, there's a lot of people there who are selling, and honestly, it really surprised me that people are selling Z Classic for like $75, $80, $90, even anything sub $100 really surprises me, because in my opinion, Bitcoin private will be worth more than that. I might be wrong. I might be wrong in the first week, because the first week when everyone gets the Bitcoin private coins, there's a lot of people who clearly just want to sell them. So I think the valuation in Bitcoin private could be a little bit wonky for the first week, but I think I'm going to hold them for a hodl for like I don't know, maybe a month or so. Really, I'm trying to hold the coins until I need to sell them. If my money situation dictates I need to sell to buy more mining hardware. But I think the price, I think it will be plus 100, maybe 150. People are saying 300, 500, 1,000 by the end of the year. I don't know about that, but I think it will be above $100. And I think anyone who's spent money on Z Classic and then, you know, they sell their Bitcoin private for more than $100, then I think they're being silly. They're being stupid with their money. So it is, you know, it's sitting about $85, $86 right now, and I think this is a perfect opportunity to buy Bitcoin private before the fork. But time is running out, because, you know, I think my Bittrex transaction took about an hour or two. Some people are saying it's taken three hours to send their Z Classic to their wallet. I think it took me about an hour or two. Maybe it might have been quicker. I didn't like check it. I just sent it and I checked it in the morning. But you know, we've got what, 27 hours at this point when I record this to send your money from an exchange to your wallet or to another exchange like Trade Satoshi. People are still having problems with Cryptopia. They first said that they will compensate people who have the Classic there and they don't get their Bitcoin private, and I believe they've retracted that. There's a lot of people still having problems there with the withdrawals. The reason I'm saying this is you can't like buy on an exchange like 2 hours before the fork, and then, you know, you're not guaranteed to have that Z Classic in your wallet for the fork. So there'll come a point where you're really risking with the time and dates, not to mention the fact that, you know, the volume of people trying to send it to a wallet at one point will be very high. As a buyer, you know, I've used up my Bitcoin, guys. I bought about 9 Z Classic. I had about 0.12 Bitcoin, and I think I bought about 9 Z Classic when it was about $136, $137. So I bought, which I thought was the dip at the time. This is the thing, I thought it was a dip at the time. It's went down, but I didn't want to sell, and I didn't want to, you know, keep buying and selling. I'm happy with my coins, and I'm happy to get Bitcoin private at that price, because I'm planning on holding the coins. Right now, it's $86 when I record this. I think that's a really, really good price. But when you watch this video, the price could be $100, it could be $75. You really just have to watch the market. Now, as I said, I think a lot of people are making a lot of assumptions here. They're making a lot of assumptions, and people are getting... I talked about this yesterday in the Z Classic video, where people were worried about what they can sell Z Classic at. And for me, I'm like, I don't care. I'll just keep them in a wallet. It's Bitcoin private I want. But I also think people are reading too much into this, and they're caring too much about certain things. People are making assumptions that because Bittrex isn't supported for the fork, that this is important. Now, I think it's more important that it's supported post-fork. Now, I'm trying to play devil's advocate here. If you are an exchange, you run an exchange. Now, I don't know the technical side of it, but I imagine there's a lot of testing that goes on just to support a coin. But to support a coin and a fork, then it's a huge amount of work. I suspect, you know, things can go wrong, I assume. But also, you know, if you look on Twitter, see the number of people that keep tweeting Bittrex, well, Bittrex, come on, you have to support us, guys. Like, I'm talking, like, there's dozens every minute, people saying, come on, you need to support us. Can you imagine what would happen with the fork if they supported the fork? They'd probably get, like, tens of thousands of support tickets saying, where's my Bitcoin private? I can't see it, blah, blah, blah. I'm just playing devil's advocate here. I don't know the real reason why Bittrex or Binance, etc. didn't support the fork. I assume it's because, you know, the hassle with it. But for me, the most important thing is, will it be supported post-fork? Will it be supported in a week? Will it be supported in 2 weeks' time? I'm trying to look long-term with this coin. I don't look at this as a quick flip. I'm trying to, you know, I'll maybe hold the coin for months, maybe years, depending on the price or my situation. And I think long-term, that's what you really need to be thinking about, because a lot of people are making assumptions about the team. I don't know what they've done with the money. I don't know what they've done with exchanges, whether they're behind, whether they're understaffed. I don't know all of that. But you can't just make assumptions if you don't know. And I think that's where a lot of this fear and uncertainty is coming from. People start making assumptions. It was only a few days ago people would say that no exchanges would be, you know, people were saying there's no exchanges going to be supported at all. And then they added Trade Satoshi and hit BTC. So I would say, if you're looking to sell, I think at this point you've passed the good point to sell. I think at this point it makes more sense to hold your coin. I don't want to influence you too much, but that's the way I view it. Without doubt, though, it's been a little bit crazy. Just watching Bittrex last night, you know, without a doubt, as I said, you know, I was watching this. I was watching the buy orders and the sell orders. Now, there's a lot of this happening because people want to sell their coins. People are thinking, oh no, I made a mistake, they want to sell. But I would say that 90% of all these trades going on here, maybe more than that, is just coming from whales trying to buy and sell, you know, buy the dip and sell at the all-time high, or, you know, whatever the high is, sell at the top of the green candle, buy at the bottom of the red candle, and trying to make money that way. And that's all it is, whales fighting whales. I think that's the real reason the price is, one of the main reasons the price has been down. And add that to uncertainty about the fact that no exchanges have been actually committed yet, you know, they've not been announced yet because they're not allowed to, then that puts everyone into fear mode. And the reason I'm not too concerned, people are saying, oh, Bitcoin private will be worth $50 after, or $60 and all that. I don't think it will, but you know, it really does come down to you. The reason I'm thinking about, I'm not too worried about the price I paid, I'm not worried about the fund, I'm not worried about all the messing around with this fork, is because ultimately I think this is one of the best coins out there. I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm not saying there aren't other coins with good technology and things like that. I just think that this has got a lot of good things going for it. It's had a lot of good exposure, lads. It really has had a lot of good exposure. If you look at, you know, it was covered in Forbes, it was covered in the UK, it was covered in the Metro and a few other ones. They were talking about privacy coins. And privacy is going to be a really big thing. So I think Bitcoin private, with the name says everything about what it does. It's got the Bitcoin name, it's, you know, privacy. So I think it's got a lot going for it from a brand point of view, and just from a technology point of view, it's got a lot going for it as well. And the team does seem committed. They have, they talked about in the AMA about the plans for the next 2 years, about how they're going to develop the new wallets and all these other things. So I think there's a lot more to come. So it's up to you guys. If you've been looking to flip, I'm not going to give you advice on that, because of it, you know, there's a good chance you know more than I do. But for me, I've mined to the fund. I think I'm going to end up with about 17, 18 coins from the fund, I think. And I've bought 9, so I should hopefully have between 27, 28, something like that. I'm hoping. I don't know at this point. But again, to go back over what I said earlier, if you're unsure about anything with regards to the fork, check out btcprivate.org. Make sure you make the right decision. I'm not trying to influence you too much, like, just as to what you should do. I've went for the safe route, guys. I know that the wallet they recommend is definitely supported. I've put my coins there. I'm just going to keep them there. And then I don't have to stress. I don't have to go to the Discord group and, you know, watch all that madness. And if you're unsure, if you look at the website, and you're still unsure, go to the bottom of the page, btcprivate.org, and go to Discord. What we call me, just say Kevin. I've got an account, but I'm not want to log in now. Blah, blah, blah. Right, do that. This is the official Discord group for BTC Private. So my recommendation is, if you are unsure about what you're doing with the fork, with the wallet and all that, check all the information on the official website. But if you can't find anything there, it's going through all the skip setup. Come on, let me show the group. Right, here we go. So go to this Discord group, and there is a mining room. If I see it, where is it? There should be there's a mining room. So the main rooms are really general mining and price discussion. So depending on what you need, you should find answers to your questions there. But what I would say is, closer as I get to the fork, these forums are huge. And you know, there was at one point last night where there was just like all of the everyone just posting messages. So yeah, that I would say go there. Check Twitter as well if you want. And also, if you're unsure about anything, leave a comment below. I'm not claiming to be an expert in any of this, guys, but if you're unsure about anything about this, leave a comment below. And if I can't answer your question or point you in the right direction, I have no doubt that someone else will. So check the official website, go to the Discord group. But if you're still really unsure about what to do, leave a comment. But time is against you, guys. Don't buy Z Classic on an exchange and then try and send it like an hour or two before the fork. I think anything, sending from the exchange to your wallet, you could be risking anything, below 6 hours before the fork, maybe even before that, depending on traffic. But I'm going down the cautious route, so maybe I'm just too cautious in that regard. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with the price, guys. I'd love to hear what your thoughts on all of this are. I hope you've been enjoying the action, and if you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe to the channel, and please do leave a comment. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll speak to you in the next one. Good luck.